Must make sure that you do not appear here again. Bailiff,
It's stop. Wait, just do it again. I'll try and hold it. It's not that funny.
must make sure that you. Sure that you do not. Bailiff,
All right. So I played Lord Kaiba's Lode. So I basically played Try to play the memes with the ads are playing. We don't make enough money to pay for YouTube Premium. So I played the Primite stuff coupled with Blue Eyes this tournament. I actually did a good amount of testing this time around. Beforehand, I wanted to actually be prepared, know the deck well. I feel like the last couple of years, I did a good amount of testing, but not quite to this level. Locals definitely helped, so shout out Outer Plains locals. Shout out Trevor for training me up pretty much every weekday after work, and also providing the deck, basically. So starting with your Primite engine, so got the 3 Ether barrels, pretty standard, 3 Lordly Lode, 1 Drillbeam. Drillbeam searchable, so made sense to only have 1 Lordly Lode. All speaks to each other, able to recycle back the Drillbeam and just grind games was critical. Also super critical, you bait a normal Ether barrel summon, your opponent has to interact with that, which saved you to go into Blue Eyes in most cases, so that was super, super strong. Pretty self-explanatory there. I only ran 2 Blue Eyes. I don't think you need any more, any less. Critical to this deck, the normals with Lordly Lode or pretty much everything else on the Blue Eyes engine. You can't have this deck without it. There's a couple times where the Blue Eyes got banished and I basically scooped in that case. So having the 2 Blue Eyes totally necessary. 3 wishes. I mean, 1 card plus 2. So again, pretty self-explanatory. 1 level 1 light tuner, and then a Speller Trap. It was pretty good. Every once in a while, I would have like a Drillbeam in hand, and then I would discard the Drillbeam, use the Ether barrel on field to bring it back, and basically discard was nothing. So that was really good. Or if you have a Blue Eyes in hand, it's good material to get rid of. So wishes, very obvious 3. Additionally, very obvious 3 is Sage and Maiden. Sage, search, typically grabbed Maiden, then you can go into your True Light. One of the fun ones here that I did where I had some interactions where I was able to kind of target the Maiden to special, and then utilize Master to shuffle back and then special as well. So kind of, you had the Maiden special and the Master special, allowing them to kind of recycle off each other, which was pretty neat as well. A lot of the decks don't run Master, but it was kind of fun to have. I think it kind of only came up once in the tournament today, but very fun. Your standard Blue Eyes stuff. Another fun card here was Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Super sticky once it was on the field. It's kind of hard to get rid of. If it battles, it bounces. So it was really fun and kind of intimidating to bring in. It also actually helped me go for game once. I was able to special it, get the 3K in with both alternative eyes. So it was 5,000 plus the 3 for 8K. Jet, very fun. Not necessary, probably not the best. There's probably some better stuff people can do, but I thought it was fun and definitely worth playing. And then obviously True Light. I mean, basically the whole engine, Blue Eyes engine runs off this card, and then the Maiden grab to get it. So can't have this deck without True Light. Additionally, Mausoleum was definitely worthwhile to mill off the Blue Eyes. You can target Spirit for this. You could also target Maiden, which I liked a lot. I think I did that once to special something out of Grave. You get the extra normal summon, which is critical to getting the double alternative if that's what you're going for. I play this pretty aggressive. I know a lot of times you're kind of supposed to play Blue Eyes a little more conservative, a little more grind game, like a turn 3. And there were some duels where I did that, but I had a lot of fun just going big on 2 alternative and maybe ball. But we'll kind of get into that some more later. Roar is basically a reborn or special summon from deck. Really good for playing around Droll, or other kind of hand traps. And that also helped to get the second alternative if that's what I was going for. And then Majesty, utilizing the 2 Blue Eyes to non-target pop was phenomenal, especially I think against Sky Striker that came up a couple times. So not having a target, no target is really, really good. And double pop or one pop is solid as well for kind of grind game or turn 3. Pot of Prosperity was great today. I was able to pot into Called By, which was just absolutely phenomenal. You know, pretty standard, pretty self-explanatory. There's a decent amount in this extra deck that you're able to banish, so Pot of Prosperity was pretty good. 2 Veiler. Veiler was great in this deck because it's a light, level 1 light tuner, so you can search it off of a lot of things in this deck. And it was just good to have in hand for follow-up for next turn. So Veiler, pretty solid. I only run it at 2. I main 3 Ash, pretty self-explanatory. 3 Fua. I was able to double Fua today, which was fun. And 3 Droll. All those pretty self-explanatory, including Nib and Magnemite. Magnemite's really good in this deck because if there was a couple times I didn't have Ether Barrel, I was able to get into Ether Barrel, banishing an opponent's card in grave. In our tournament, lots of grave effects happening, so being able to banish was phenomenal, and then also declaring effect and grabbing Ether Barrel if it wasn't in hand already was great as well. Double Imperm and Called By, pretty self-explanatory. Going into extra deck here, I played 2 Ball, which was actually pretty good. Every once in a while I'd have one already gone and then able to do one in, you know, turn 3 or turn 4, so not bad. This deck in our tournament went into some really, really grindy games against Mitsurugi, against Dracotail, against Dragon Ruler, really, really long games. So having 2 Ball I thought was worthwhile. We swapped that out kind of later in testing, and I think it was definitely worth it. 2 Spirit. This allowed me to get into Ball every once in a while, or again, you know, follow up in different turns where I'd already used 1 Spirit, so I think 2 Spirit's pretty good. Really fun combo that I utilized actually a lot here, surprisingly, was the Neo. You can banish Wishes to equip Neo and then Contact Fuse into Tyrant, which was just great because once this is engraved, it basically protects your Blue Eyes from target. And Tyrant just not affected by traps. I was able to reset Majesty a couple times going into battle and attack over all monsters. Really fun cards to play. You know, powerful but really fun. I ran 2 Alternative, which was great as well. Pretty standard in this deck. If you don't get nibbed, you're kind of able to end on 2. And again, I know you can play more conservatively, kind of go into Ball in 1 and not get nibbed or prepare for a nib, but I kind of went a little more aggressive with the deck. Thankfully nib didn't come up too much today, so it wasn't too bad, but I know, you know, in other metas that playing more conservatively would probably be better, but loved getting double Alternative on the field, especially when you had the opportunity to go into Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit. You know, you could use this, you could go into the you could double tag out your other spirits to go into Crimson, target the ultimate, and then bring out Stardust Sphere. Really, really good for, you know, turn 2, turn 3, protects everything on the board. Your Omni Negate stays out. You know, it's pretty hard to get past this, especially if you have a Drill Beam down with it. So really, really fun to go big and aggressive with the deck. Use this once or twice for to go to OTK, just overlay. You kind of had to be strategic with it. You'd have to overlay either over Jet Dragon or Tyrant in order to special Blue Eyes to go for game with the double 4K, but still really fun to have. Kind of niche situations. Didn't use it too much. Same with these 3 as well. This one would be kind of to go for a game, attack with the 3300 defense. Pop back row, pop a monster, or bounce a monster. So didn't come up too much. I think Black Rose I used once today, but just kind of extra backup. Getting into the extra deck here, I did 3 Solemn, pretty self-explanatory. Evenly Matched came up today, actually pretty solid. You know, if you were going, you were going at like Draco Tail, I was opting to go second 4 and forcing them to go first, and Evenly Matched came up for a couple situations like that. This deck had a really tough time with Draco Tail, so I think Evenly Matched actually won me a game against Draco Tail, so can't complain there. Solemn morning, I sided out maybe once, didn't come up too much today. Ghost Bell, however, did come up once or twice. Again, kind of good in our tournament format here. Lots of effects and graves today. So Ghost Bell was decent. And then the Bisteel stuff, I think I sided this out once. Didn't use it too much other than Magnemite was really good in the deck. These came up nichely, didn't side out too much. And then Book of Eclipse was the last one in the extra deck. Very grindy day today. Very happy with the results. Started out with 2 losses, but was able to kind of reel in after that, and made it into top 6, thankfully. So lots of hard work went into this, lots of studying, lots of testing, but very satisfying, very fun deck to play. Enjoyed the Blue Eyes Primite quite a bit, and enjoyed the tournament this year, 13th annual. We had so many people go 3-2. It was a very competitive year. I know I think we say this every year, but I honestly think this was by far the most competitive one. So lots of fun and happy to be up in it.